Alrighty, guys, good evening. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Wednesdays, guys. Tonight we're going to be doing more Marvel Rivals. Good. Ah, yes. Quest continues, guys. There was a SpaceX launch yesterday. We didn't cover it. We aren't going to watch it. TLDR is successful. Starship survived again. The most interesting... Well, it survived this time, so basically made splashdown, which you haven't done yet. The most interesting part of it, the most interesting aspect, was there was an explosion, which, you know, starships have had explosions in the past, so that's not really outside the realm of normality. There was an explosion on it in the cowling next to the engines, right? I believe 47 minutes into it, if I remember right, 47 minutes into launch, when it's starting to do re-entry. There is an explosion in the cowling next to the engines. And there's a lot of people that are asserting there's a gas leak or whatever, but it wasn't. If you look at the footage, well, maybe we should actually take a look at the footage real quick here. It literally looks like it explodes inward, which indicates a directional hit from something on the side of Starship. And if you guys don't know, there aren't Mach 10 birds flying around in the upper atmosphere, so I've heard a couple theories. If it's a gas leak, it would have blown up the whole fucking thing, because gas leaks don't just manually just like randomly explode a little bit, they just blow everything up. So it wasn't a fuel leak, and SpaceX would have been able to easily figure out that it was a fuel leak right away. Yeah. And the interesting thing, I did a little bit of theory crafting earlier tonight here. Let me get my chats running here first, just to make sure everything's working properly. Getting ahead of myself. We'll take a look at it, guys, so you can watch the footage too, because you're probably curious. And like I said, they accomplished everything that they wanted to with Starship. So it's not really like it's worth watching purely from a milestone standpoint for humanity, but not really anything interesting outside of it. Let's see. As you guys know, I cover UAP, weird-ass fucking content, because I think it's important. Because no one really does, so... Well, no seemingly normal people do, and I don't understand why. It's like people are NPCs. I don't really know. Okay. I think we got the chats running here. So, let's take a peek at... footage here, guys. Alrighty. Yesterday's games, by the way, pretty good. Especially towards the end of the night, started figuring things out a little bit more. I was trying to figure out as you know, thinking about why things were working properly sometimes and not other times, and I think I got an idea of what's going on here. But we'll save that till after we get through this. So, let's see. Starship launch Twitter. Alright. Redirect to SpaceX, which then we redirect back to X. Nice. Alright, let's see. Okay. Oh. Alright, so.
Setting the for us. We're gonna need.
Thanks, Tyler.
Here, you guys, you can have the action shot here too. We'll give you the action shot. Like I said, it landed. Both landed properly. So kind of sad every time you see one sink, but this one had some like. Remember how the first Starship? I had a bunch of different things I said during the cast. We watched the full cast of the first couple Starships. And I mentioned that particularly they have to get as much scientific data as they can from it, especially if they're going to lose it, because why not at that point, right? You want to make sure you can check as many boxes as humanly possible. That's what they're doing now. So they're testing a bunch of test criteria. They have missing tiles. They have a bunch of different things that they're stress testing on the Starship, right? The last couple exploded. I think from 6 exploded just off the pad.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This isn't really what we want to watch, but money shot. Everyone appreciates a good money shot, right? Watching the phallus launch. Based on how fast of a timeline they have scheduled for these, you're going to be seeing 2 per month, if I remember right. They actually had 2 per month scheduled for this year, but they didn't make it. In terms of trying to fix shit, or maybe it's next year that they have 2 months scheduled. Either way, quite a bit, right? There's the money shot, guys. Beautiful. Who doesn't enjoy launching phalluses to space? Either way, this worked out, so, like I said, this isn't really, also, touches down here. We'll just skip ahead, because I don't plan on,
So, congratulations.
And we're gonna look for the flip, so Starship's doing its belly flop
we got fucking tiles fucking everywhere on that thing. Also, weirdly enough, you can see the damage just from re-entry on the flaps. I don't know how they're going to address this, because they seemingly haven't. Or maybe they're intentionally doing that, just to make sure. They They don't listen to the specifics, so maybe they're intentionally looking at degradation of the flaps on re-entry without plating on them.
Flaps first.
Look how bung up there. This, nope, it's the wrong side. There's damage on one side. I think it's the bottom face. It's with the heat tiles. So it's right over here, which we'll look at here in a second.
Seeing 3 engines.
Couple curious things here.
There's our flip.
This, for some strange reason, the entire underside of Starship is orange. I don't know why this is. Like, they might be testing some sort of new tiles or something.
Doing its belly flop right now.
Start up.
So I don't know exactly why it's orange. It's worth noting too. Hence, can I 5-step
right
this? Oh, I think I can.
There's our flip.
Like, the side you want to see is actually this. I think it's right there.
There's our flip. There's a buoy.
There's a bunch of missing tiles, by the way, which is what all those streaks are.
There's a buoy.
You can't really see it. It's actually like right here. You can't really tell at all. Yeah, that footage is really low quality. It's like 720p or something. Artifacts on it. You can't really see it. And I don't believe... Oh, that's probably the best shot. And there aren't really cameras on the underside because obviously this is the heat shield, so they just get exploded and then explode the Starship too. Looks like right here. Might be right here too. This looks like, these look like the missing tiles. This, I think, is actually the explosion, not this. I think this is from a tile. Let's see. Orientation. So there's 2 engines right here, and the third one facing basically the belly. Right. We scroll back here to, I believe it's 47. There it is. This is the interesting part.
Supersonic speeds or more than 5 times the speed of sound.
Got plasma showing up here.
History, a lot of times this is when you go into just a complete up around through to on the ground. Talk to either Starship's big size kind of gives us awake, but what really helps us punch through is the fact that we're using Starlink. We're operating at just a much higher
That's
frequency.
not normal.
That's not what we want to see. So we just saw some of the much higher frequency. Really helps us punch through is the fact that we're using Starlink. We're operating at just a much higher frequency. That's not
so if you'll notice here, a couple things is, first off, nothing looks out of the ordinary here. There doesn't look like any out of the ordinary heating. I believe this is plasma on the outside right here. If this was venting gas out of the engine, it would literally just go straight back up into the engine and the whole thing would just fucking explode. Well, at least the engine would explode. But it doesn't. It looks like there is a hit right here on the side of the Starship, right here. Unfortunately, it's kind of under the UE. See the flashing down here, too? Right there, then. It's not under the UE. It's right on the side. There, maybe? right here. Yeah, like right there. Where this thing is? Now, the interesting thing here is a couple things. First, like, so straight off the bats, we can pretty much rule out it wasn't a gas leak because it would just take out the whole engine. Like, there's some people saying it was like a gas leak from the engine, but it would clearly just explode the whole fucking engine, right? This lighting down here is very curious. Plasma doesn't really look like that. It doesn't shimmer, right? Right there. So, I'm a big fan of tinfoil hat, guys, mainly due to the fact that I'm not completely disregarding, like, reality, but the very fact that you should consider basically everything. There's some people that are saying there's fucking ice chunks and shit, too. Like, people are, for some strange reason, are very, very inobservant. Like, they can't, like, literally use their eyeballs and just, like, you know, look at the possibility of what it is, right? This is clearly insulation. You got parts of the fucking cowling flying around, and clearly this wasn't intentional in any way, shape, or form. There's insulation pieces flying around. This looks like the only valid hypothesis that I've heard so far that's prosaic is it's a meteorite hit. This is on the bottom part of the cowling right here, I believe, right there. The triangle of engines, which we saw at the end. One at the beginning, too, there probably is. You can't really see the engines. Yeah, they don't really give you a good look from underside, because that is a danger zone. Let's see. Yeah, so the three engine, the triangle of engines, this is the third one pointing towards the direct bottom of the belly, which means it would be right about here. Right about there. Not this. I think it's right here. Right about there, right below the flap. Big foil, tinfoil hat, not particularly because always true, but rather because it includes all potential possibilities. And it's not a fuel. It doesn't look like a fuel leak. Maybe they'll come up with a better one, like SpaceX actually detected a fuel leak. My guess is they didn't. It'd be very, 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 very obvious, and it would take out the entire fucking engine. But if you look right here, you'll see the flashing in the bottom, and then the side blows out. So once again, this is the triangle. This is the bottom facing, right? This is the bottom of the rocket right here, which means the camera is under, like, the heat shield. It's above the heat shield. And this looks like, if at first I thought this, a couple different things here. I thought this was actually, so a meteorite. It's so far down in the atmosphere right now. Were they at 89.9? Yeah, they're so far down in the atmosphere right now. Like, they're already starting to see plasma form from re-entry. A small meteorite would not do this. So you have those really fast meteorites in space that can literally punch, small things can punch holes in things because it goes so fast. It's so far down in the atmosphere right now, whatever it is would have to be really, really big, and we'd see pieces of it. All we're seeing right now are pieces of Starship flying around, right? By the way, I don't even think this is insulation. I think this is the underside of a tile. The tiles are like ferrofibrous stuff. They're like ceramics with like embedded fibers in them. But what we're seeing right now is what looks like, if you see the direction of the hit, it looks like all the stuff is bent inward, which means it's something that punctured the outside and shot inward. So at first, I thought this was a projectile. Yeah, so if it's not a meteorite because they're down too far, it would have to be a projectile. which means something like a weapon, or yeah, I guess just something like a kinetic energy weapon. So you're talking like a railgun. And why would it particularly have to be a railgun? Because it'd be next to impossible to accurately shoot, unless it's within a certain distance of it. It'd be very difficult to actually shoot at. Like, who the fuck can do this in the first place? Which we'll get to in a second here. Who the fuck can do this in the first place? But it'd have to be close enough to Starship that it'd be pretty easy to detect that something's that near. If you look at it, if this was a projectile coming in basically like this, it's hard to draw in 3D, right? Because it's a 2D screen. And I'm not an artist, but like something like this. So this is the bottom, and it came in from a slope. So if you're looking right here, it'll be something like this, like a line like this, because it missed the engines. We can clearly see it missed the engines, otherwise there'd be chunks everywhere, right? And my guess is they intentionally, whatever this was, intentionally tried to hit the engines to make it look like an accident. So whatever this is, possibly foul play. Maybe once again, maybe this is just going to be completely disproven by SpaceX. Interestingly enough, if you guys remember, or maybe you don't remember, SpaceX back in 2016 had one of the, I think it was their Falcon, exploded on the pad, which was extremely erroneous. And I think even Musk at the time was postulating that it was sabotage, because it looks, if you look at the slow-mo video, the rocket's like sitting up here like this, and it literally looks like a projectile goes to the fucking side of the rocket and blows it up. Yeah. Like I said, we'll stick to motivations here in a second, but I want to point out the logicality of this, the rationale behind this, because this isn't a meteorite. It came from the outside. You can clearly see all the metals bent inwards, so it has to be a force that caused it to blow inwards, right? So it can't be internal. It can't be inside the bay here because it blew in from the outside. There's no, like, this. The cameras are like 30 FPS. You can't see shit. It just goes from. It goes from, like normal to exploded like instantly. There's like nothing to see here. We can see that shimmer, which is also very weird. Yeah, it's like one frame. And it's done. You can't see shit. It's already over. It's just the rubble from it now. Engines, by the way, are not on. So, very clearly, and you can see how much it's bent inward. Look at this. Like, this is blown inward, like, super hard. Right? That's a pretty sizable chunk. These engines are fucking huge, by the way. So, I thought this was about a 4 foot by 4 foot square. It might not be. This might be 2 by 2. It's tough to figure out, like, a scale of what's going on here compared to everything else, because I've never visited SpaceX, so I don't know exactly what's going on here in terms of scale and size here. But these engines are, like, these are smaller, and these are gigantic. So I'm pretty sure this is like a 4 foot by 4 foot square here. But it might be something different, once again, because I don't completely know the scale. The important thing to note here is how everything looks like it's blown inward. Like, spalling, everything just shot inward. So it has to be a hit from the outside. It's too far down to be a meteorite. It's not a gas leak. It would have blown up the whole engine, and you would have seen it beforehand. So the only thing it possibly could be is something hitting it from the outside with a huge amount of force, right? And I originally thought that it might be a projectile weapon, like a railgun, because it has to be far enough away where it can do this and be undetected. And at the same time, it was... well, a near miss, as it turns out, because it looks like it missed the entire, like, the engine section. I'm pretty sure whatever this was tried to take these out to make it a failure, which, yeah, wouldn't have went nearly as well for either investors or basically the end game of Starship, right? Another failure. But this one so far went basically almost flawlessly up until this point. Interestingly enough, almost flawlessly up till this point. Originally, I thought this was possibly a kinetic energy, a kinetic projectile of some kind, right? And there's nothing that would be like heavy ordnance that far up into the atmosphere where it could do something like that. Like, you're talking like a, 120 millimeter, like a tank is really, really big, and it'd have to be a really big structure, right? Nothing can hit. This is super far up in the atmosphere. Nothing can hit this except something like a railgun, right? Because you're talking the amount of power requirement, and it could be relatively compact. Nothing could do that up there. this close to it. It's not like a 50 caliber or anything like that. This is a really, really big hit. Even a 50 caliber with an explosive round, explosive tip, if you've ever seen those, wouldn't create this much damage. It has to go through the fucking the heat shield too. So this is where we start to get to the weird shit, which is if it's not like. So there are railguns, guys. If you're curious, the Navy and Army have started deploying railguns. Not the Army, the Navy, Japan in particular, just barely started deploying railguns, and they're small enough where they're used for basically, they aren't used anti-ships. They're being used for taking down drones and potentially aircraft and I think missile defense too, right? But not high fire rate. And they have a lot of limitations. So we're in the very, publicly military is very in the very early stages of, oh my god, my camera's been covering this entire time. It's been in the very early stages of like railgun development. It's still very, very, very new. Very, very new. And even the US doesn't really have deployed railguns. They're still working on it. Japan beat us, right? Same thing with lasers. The lasers that we do have are generally for drone defense, once again. Small aircraft drone defense, dinghies, so small ships. And it basically, they're CW, which means constant wave, which means it's just, it puts a really hot dot on something and then it drills through it and then makes it explode. It doesn't make it explode because the laser causes it to explode, but it hits the ordnance inside and blows it up, right? So they blow up right now based purely on just hitting the ordnance or propellant or whatever inside. They are not explosive. However, there is a different type of laser that is not really being developed, which the Army, according to like wikis, and if you look into it, the DARPA stopped development on it because they couldn't really make it work, which is a pulsed laser. And a pulsed laser has the benefit of delivering a high amount of energy in a very short amount of time. But no one has them. There's no known pulsed lasers that currently exist in terms of military capabilities. They've been tested, but they don't. There's nothing deployed in any way, shape, or form. So why are we making the jump from a kinetic weapon, such as a railgun, which kind of exists today, and they have them on ships, some ships, like 3? Like 3, and not in space, putting aside it's illegal to put them in space. They have 3, you know, like purely in existence on ships. Why are we going from railgun to laser? Because at the end of the day, what we're looking at here is you don't see a projectile, and my guess is they're trying to make it look like an accident. So I did a little grokking, which can be, you know, it can be completely wrong. Don't get me wrong, it could be a little bit completely wrong. But I was talking with it a bit, and it is entirely possible to superheat a section of a blade of tile, or not a blade of tiles to the point where they just rupture. They'll just explode. Which you could do with a tremendous amount of energy, assuming you have a pulsed laser weapon, and is within the realm of possibility of testing current pulsed laser weapons. So what's entirely possible here is it was hit on the heat shield by a pulsed laser. Yeah, I can't even believe I'm saying that. Which caused the tiles on the outside to rupture. And why would they shoot at the tiles? Well, there's a couple reasons for that. One, it hides it, because the tiles absorb heat. You can't see it being superheated. You can't see any reflections. The entirety of Starship is basically one giant reflective mirror, right? Because it's stainless. Not only does it make that harder to hit, it would also make it more difficult. Like, you'd be able to see the fucking sheen from the laser everywhere, right? You'd just be blinding randos on the ground or whatever. But what you'll notice here is the explosion. It's almost like there's a brick of C4 that was attached to the outside of Starship here. And my guess is they tried to blow up the engine bay. So if it actually was, like, let's say right here, or even up here, they would have taken out an engine, right? It probably would have caused the engine to basically self-destruct and take out the entirety of the engine bay. And it would have looked like an accident. So they were probably trying to hit this engine, and they failed, which is funny because it missed. But my guess is they were intentionally trying to make this look like a sabotage. If this was a projectile, you'd see another exit point here. It still possibly could be a railgun, but that, like, if you're an advanced, like, if you want to go advancement, laser is probably going to be the eventuality of combat, right? Maybe kinetic energy weapons. It's like a triad, guys. You have like lasers, missiles, and kinetic energy weapons. They're like lasers can be disrupted with magnetic fields, and magnetic field shielding basically is what it comes down to. A magnetic field could be a shield, right? Where railguns go through it, but railguns would have problems with that, and armor, of course, still works against railguns. But lasers, you'd have to have a different kind of armor for them, so then it changes kind of the ballpark, where missiles could also just work in general because they just explode, but then missiles could be defeated by either laser or railgun. And of course, they're innately expensive, but if you have an endless amount of energy, then you have something like a laser, because you can just keep using it over and over and over again, right? They don't have limitations to use, so like laser's probably endgame here, but clearly, if we wanted to make things look like an oopsie doodle, and by the way, this isn't just the tile heating up and vaporizing, it takes us, like, they're intentionally made so they heat up over time, and then, like, they're operating at optimal temperature where they just disintegrate, right? They just ablate. I think it's called ablate. They just basically disintegrate over time. So it's not, like, despite there being plasma here, this is not remotely what a tile would ever, like, lead to critical failure of a tile. This is not normal in any way, shape, or form. There's not a missing tile here. Putting aside, people probably look at the shots on the ground and see it. But what you notice if there's a missing tile here is the inside of the hull would be glowing hot red, right? You'd be able to see it. What also that means is if you have a laser, putting aside aiming it at the rest of Starship, deflecting it, if you're shooting a laser at this side of Starship, you'd see a hotspot, right? There's no hotspot here because it's on the heat shield. What if you made the heat shield explode? It would not only look like an accident, you wouldn't be able to tell from the outside because the heat shield would not only be absorbing the heat from it, but it also would look relatively normal because this is all in plasma right now, right? The bottom side of this is just one giant plasma, like, light, due to the fact that it's coming in the atmosphere right now. This is just super fucking hot. So you can't tell. But if you shot it with a laser, I mean, it could be on the ground too if it's, depending on if it's a laser. If it's kinetic energy, if it's on the ground, you see it shoot through the top here, right? If it's a kinetic energy weapon, there's limited angles of attack where it'd probably have to be coming from atmospheric level, or it'd have to be coming from space. If it's a laser, it could be on the ground, aiming up at it. But either way, if you're trying to do some sort of covert op where you destroy a starship, the perfect spot to aim would be literally right around here, or possibly further up in the fuel tank, right? Where you just make the fuel tank explode. Actually, I don't even know if you could. Oh, no, you probably could. Like, if you were aiming at the body of it, right, where the fuel tank is located, if you did the same thing internally, it might also cause it to explode. But interestingly enough, I'm pretty sure they aimed for the engine bay here because they wanted to make it look like one of the engines just randomly, spontaneously exploded, right? And they missed. If it was further up here, it probably would have been good. This also kind of comes into the idea of possibly NHI territory, but if NHIs were doing this, we probably wouldn't miss, unless there's some sort of conflict of morality for the gunner. You know, gunner here is probably out of a job after this happened. But if it's a human error, and especially with human weapons, they're going to have error too, even with something that's advanced enough to be a pulse laser. And by the way, putting aside, like, this is kind of the weird part, is this far into the atmosphere, lasers have a lot of problem with dealing with air. So, like, our current laser weapons, they really suck because basically what happens with air is when you shoot a laser, it just goes like this. It literally turns like it looks like into a spout where it just, like, spreads out. That's due to diffusion in the air and basically particles in the air. Like, you're having to go through basically matter, right? You have to go through atoms that exist in the air that can diffuse the laser, especially in things like fog or rain, that can diffuse the laser and make it much less effective. Like, we have a lot of growing problems right now, in as far as the public is concerned, with military lasers, right? They don't really exist, as I mentioned, just almost as much as ballistic or railguns don't really exist. They do, but they're in the extremely early stages. So whatever this would be would have to be extremely advanced to hit Starship on the side here. Once again, there's no fueling lines down this far. That'd be, like, ludicrous to put fuel lines down here, because this is basically everything down here gets super fucking hot. You're just, like, asking to make it explode. Which maybe that's what happened. I'm pretty sure not. Some cool stuff, though, just in terms of, like, the Saturn V, for instance. Actually, I think they routed the fuel through the cone of the thrusters to cool down the cone so it doesn't get like too hot. They like have active cooling on it. I'm pretty sure they don't use that on Starship though. But like that's just like a legacy. Pretty sure it's either maybe it's either the fuel or it was the what is the other thing they needed to make it burn? Oxygen maybe. Like either way, it's kind of a ludicrous design. Very cool. But either way, that's not what's happening here. There's nothing here. This is just the side. This is just the cowling. There's nothing here except for tiles on the outside and stainless. And we can clearly see it explode inward. So another reason that I think, remember how I mentioned the light? Another reason that I think it's possibly a laser is because you can see the flashing here. And I think the flashing is actually the reflection off the outside of Starship hitting the gases or the plasma. You can see the reflection in the plasma itself. Right here. So that's another reason I think it's actually potentially a laser. Or pulsed laser. That's crazy to think about. Because once again, if you superheat something hard enough, fast enough, it will just explode. So it potentially doesn't even need to have a payload. It just needs to hit the tiles on the outside of it and make them basically buckle and explode. Which apparently could, according to Grok, hypothetically is sound, but whether or not, you know, this is where you get tinfoil hat shit because, you know, we don't have that, right? There's no military that has this currently as far as the public knows. But very clearly, something hits it from the outside. Or explodes on the outside of it. If it was a missile, one of the reasons it can't be a missile is we'd see it. We'd 100% see a missile. You'd see that there's so many cameras on this right now. You'd 100% see something like tracking towards it and then hitting it. It'd be in replay footage. So it has to be extremely fast, like a projectile, or you'd also see the wreckage from a missile, a projectile, or a laser. And laser has the benefit of not having traces it leaves behind, because the only thing that is actually here that explodes is the tiles on the outside. It is the tiles on the outside. That's it. And it's hidden by the plasma cloud. Plasma plume. Everything here indicates it's blown inward. Everything here shows that it had to have, if it hit from the ground once again, it would literally just, it would have blown up this whole section. So if it's a projectile, it'd have to come in from the side and maybe miss the engine cluster. Or if it's in the upper atmosphere, it glanced the side of the bay like this, or like this, through the side. But laser would do all of this, and you wouldn't have to worry about a projectile flying around, right? Or even showing up on camera, maybe. And it would do basically exactly what you needed to, which is making the tiles explode. But that leaves kind of a curious bit here, guys, just in a rabbit hole of who would want to do this? That's the curious bit. Who wants to blow up Starship? There's a lot of people on the ground that potentially would want to do that, but the people with, like, deranged muscle syndrome are not people that have control of extraordinarily high-tech weapons, right? So people with DMS that possibly want to ruin Starship don't really have the means to ever accomplish that, especially what we're seeing here. And by the way, there's nothing here. There's no fuel lines here. There's nothing there. It's just fucking tiles. It's tiles, and then you got the structural support on the inside of stainless steel. That's it. There is most definitely not fuel lines running here or anything. People are coming up all sorts of, you know, I have a crazy assertion, right? But mine's backed up with rationale as to why I think it happens. Like, people just saying, oh, it's a fuel line. You just say it's a fuel line because fuel lines explode. Like, what is your rationale behind that? There isn't really one, or logic, in any way, shape, or form. Meteorite, once again, potentially could be one, like, hitting from the side. That'd be a really, really serendipitous event. Like, literally coming in from the side. It would have to be fucking huge, too. But once again, you'd probably see pieces of it or something flying away. All this shit in here is literally from the engine itself. Or the cowling. These are, like, this is pieces of tile. I'm pretty sure they're vaporized on the outside. Oh, you can even see the splatter from it. Look at that. Look at that right there. Right there. This looks like ceramic from the tile. This is like the guts of a tile after it explodes. You're seeing the spray of basically ceramic dust on the engines after it blew inward. Like, any sort of projectile, guys, that would be fired from the ground would not leave a shit trail on the innards of Starship like that. Like, it would be... the projectile itself would be much stronger than the engine casing. It wouldn't just stop. Once again, one of the main reasons I think this is a directed energy weapon as opposed to ballistics, a ballistic weapon, is because of the flashing you see in the bottom right. The flashing, by the way, doesn't come from inside the engine. It comes from outside, right there, before it explodes. It just combusts. So, like, once again, like, the motivation now is kind of the curious part, because you always have to think about motivation if someone's doing something right. What would the motivation be for something like this? Someone wants to stop Starship from being successful, and they want to make it look like an accident. Which then also begs the question whether or not the other Starships had weird shit go on that possibly is sabotage to begin with. Like, they had their own version of sabotage, right? Maybe other Starships also had sabotage. This one we possibly have the signs, but other ones, like, there was no real signs that it just failed. It just had random things go wrong, which some of them, like, I don't think we even had explanations for why some of them went wrong. They did. And publicly they didn't really announce what went wrong, which means they don't always necessarily know what goes wrong, which, of course, if something is malicious in nature, you can't figure it out because you don't actually consider the possibility of it being malicious, right? Yeah. So I'm pretty sure, once again, if it was aimed from the ground, it would have to be, it'd have to be a directed energy weapon. But atmosphere or higher, depending on the angle of entry, it could be a projectile. Or kinetic energy weapon. But what fits the bill here is a pulsed laser, in my opinion. Especially considering this weird light flashing part to it happening on the outside edge here. Which, once again, I think what we're seeing here is we're actually seeing the laser hit the outside. And if you guys have ever seen where a laser hits something, it is extremely, extremely, extremely bright. So you're seeing the flashing. Once again, if this is a 60 FPS camera or a 30 FPS camera, you're seeing the flashing right now. If it's pulsed, you're actually kind of seeing the pulsing of it, but it's probably on some sort of hertz frequency, because it's not going to be 60 hertz or whatever, right? But you're just seeing the artifact of it pulsing, and the light is so bright on the outside edge here, you can actually see the reflection in the plasma plume of the laser basically working on the outside edge right here. There. Because if you look at this, you can see normal plasma, right? It's very gradual, it's very subtle, it has a hue to it, unless it's eating something, right? It's basically straightforward. Like, even if it lost a tile, there's spots, as we looked at earlier in the video, we looked at where tiles were missing and what they look like, right? It just wouldn't cause it to spontaneously combust. like what we just saw here. And if the tile was missing, once again, you would see heating on the inside, so you'd see it glowing like red hot or something right here. But there's none of that. And there's no evidence of the tile like flying off or something where you see it in the camera just whipping away, right? But yeah, that comes to the conclusion of why would someone want to blow up Starship, putting aside, you know, we can completely throw out the idea that anyone with DMS that's just crazy loony that hates Musk is in control of some sort of weapon that could actually do this. Because usually people like that are too unstable to actually end up in a position of power to begin with. Of a government so advanced they have weapons that basically the United States doesn't publicly have. And as far as I know, you know, the government in the U.S. doesn't want Musk to fail. Military really doesn't want it to fail. He like literally, he took one of the latest Falcons took the X-37B up, right? So that's the spy plane for the USAF. They just recently relaunched it. Government and the military for the U.S. definitely doesn't have a motivation to destroy Musk's rocket and then ruin the potential of Starship. Once again, the whole idea that this might be sabotage literally calls into question former launches that didn't go well, that they didn't actually know what happened to them, right? Some of them they clearly did. It is very easy to see that stuff went wrong. And then like the last couple, just there's no real indication of what went wrong. I think they came up with explanations for it, like, but when they don't have a clear-cut explanation, it usually means they have no idea, and you have no idea because it's not part of the process. It's not the ship itself that's at fault, right? A projectile intercepts a ship. It's not the ship's fault that the projectile hit it. It's the projectile's fault, right? So, what would actually potentially want to fuck up Starship on a global level? China doesn't really, like, you know, if you're talking in terms of superpower, China's like the only other country that potentially could do something like this, right? Besides the U.S. government. And I don't think they really have a reason to do it either. To blow up starships so we wouldn't have maybe so they could catch up. China does a lot of weird shit that's dependent on propaganda and nationalism, so they really want to be first, right? China number one. Remember H1Z1 guys? China number one? Yeah. A lot of national pride. So maybe China? Potentially? But even then, I think they're all kind of for just going to space and further advancement, right? I don't think they'd do something like this. Then we have the NHI explanation, which is aliens did this. Which maybe they want to keep us on the planet. We talk about UAP and NHI stuff all the time, right? When it pops up. And I'm a firm believer there's multiple alien races on Earth right now. And they kind of have some sort of first contact, not strategy, but first contact, what would you even call that? Algorithm or whatever in play right now. Like, there's probably a rule book that they're following right now, and they probably have a consensus between the races. You know, like much like nations on Earth, right? They have diplomacy, and they talk to each other, but they don't always do what they say they're going to do, and sometimes there's a disagreement, right? And it could be that right now we're approaching first contact, and like space flight is part of this, but maybe one of the species doesn't agree with this. One of the NHIs doesn't agree with the premise of us basically becoming a spacefaring race, so they're trying to intentionally stop us from doing this, right? With their crude engines going to another planet. It could be one of the criteria for first contact is literally going to another planet like Mars, right? It could be one of the criteria. Whole nother topic for first contact, and particularly disclosure, which we're covering the UAP congressional hearing on the 9th, this coming month, and apparently there's two first-hand witnesses that have personal, not evidence, but they had first-hand interactions with either reverse engineering alien craft or with developing reverse engineering alien craft or contact with alien craft or entities, and 3 other witnesses as well. Pretty big deal. Pretty fucking big deal. Especially the 2 first-hand witnesses, which, as I mentioned, we're going to cover that 100% when it airs. But this, like, it leaves NHIs, and it's always possible that there is a rogue element to NHIs. So there's one government that just basically did a covert op. They wanted to blow up starships so we wouldn't be spacefaring. But NHIs probably don't miss. As it turns out, they probably do what they... I mean, it's still possible, you know, there's always error in fleshy human meat bags. That's just the way it works, right? you could probably be insanely smart and you'll still make mistakes. It's just the way life goes. Everyone just makes mistakes. Besides computers. So it could be we had a gunner here that intentionally missed, or maybe there was a conflict of interest and morality where the gunner intentionally missed a command that he was ordered to basically do this, right? But he intentionally missed his shot. Probably wouldn't miss. They most definitely would have a pulsed laser, right? They probably have some sort of high energy weapon of some kind of direct energy weapon. So that's not outside the sphere of them. However, we kind of have the rogue entity here, which is non-public military stuff, which is as the people in the UAP community say, the legacy programs. So basically everything else that is non-disclosed military, and it's not really even classified military. It's like the unmilitary of the U.S. And they potentially probably could do something like this, and potentially also could fuck it up because they're human. So another gunner that missed his shot, but would potentially have... If you've listened, like if you guys have looked at some of the weird shit that they're researching and then they just stopped out of nowhere, my favorite one is there's, if you look at the railgun entries for Wikipedia for the development of railguns, there's one for a plasma railgun. Yeah. And you go, oh, that seems fucking weird. You know, like, and it links to an article where they talk about it, and the military was developing a plasma railgun in the 90s, and then they just stopped. Like, the program just disappeared at the end of the 90s. Yeah, for a plasma railgun. And according to the newspaper article, or the magazine where they were doing research with the first-hand witness that it was actually part of the program, it spit out like a donut of plasma that like literally would just explode. Like it shot like donuts of plasma. You know, if you ever seen video games where it shoots out like rings of plasma, like it's shooting rings of plasma. Not like that, guys, but you know, like that. It's shooting rings of plasma and it hits stuff and it violently explodes. Yeah, that disappeared, and that was in the late 90s. So there's a lot of really fucking weird shit that just up and disappeared out of nowhere. There's a lot. Putting aside, there's a lot of weird shit this year. Boeing had a meeting where they lost, what were they, 1.2 billion under, and they had a shareholder meeting where the CEO of Boeing basically said that they had stuff that was going to shape the future well into it. While he's trying to explain the massive loss, they have stuff that's going to shape the world well into the future and be in high demand. And you're like, okay, well that's kind of interesting, right? Yeah. But why would who like this? The place where this technology could come from, where it's either a pulsed laser or a well-working railgun that we don't have currently publicly in the military, that leaves only like black programs, like the military legacy programs or NHIs. And why would you have a legacy program trying to blow this up? I was trying to think of reasons for this, right? The motivation behind this. And the best one is NHIs, but NHIs, once again, probably would not miss. Or, like, they would have hit right here, it would have taken out the engine, the whole thing would have just exploded, right? They wouldn't have missed the shot and hit down here. So probably a black program, but why would there be a black program in the U.S. trying to stop us from going to space? Like, I can't figure that one out either. The only one, like, motivation-wise that kind of makes sense is maybe an NHI. And once again, maybe SpaceX will talk about this in a couple days here, and we'll find out it was just a Mach 10 bird flying into the side of the ship or something, which, you know, also extremely unlikely. But, yeah, this very clearly looks like an explosion from the outside that ruptures the hull. It was hit by something at extremely high speed. And I'm pretty sure that's either the tiles being extremely superheated extremely fast by a pulsed laser, which can cause stuff like that, by the way, in testing. They've already tested pulsed lasers. Once again, there's none that are publicly, like in a trial phase or anything, that have reached the point of fruition where they can be put on ships. We have constant wave lasers, the handful that exist, but they're mainly for downling drones in there, and they can't work in the atmosphere due to a lot of like considerations that we haven't overcome yet. But they do potentially exist, and in testing, they do stuff like this. They could cause the tiles, which are actually, even though you wouldn't think it's a good target because there's better targets on it, it's a good target because it's actually made to absorb heat, and it won't look any different than any of the surrounding material before it explodes. Unless they could actually monitor spots, like hot spots in the heat shield from the ground, which I highly doubt they can. So, yeah. Pretty crazy shit, guys. Do that. I wanted to cover this purely because it's so interesting. Like, I would have briefly talked about Starship 10 being successful tonight, but I wouldn't have actually went to, like, we've been here talking for this about an hour. Yeah. I wouldn't have talked about this for an hour. I thought this was worth actually discussing, purely because this is not normal in any way, shape, or form. People are coming up with all sorts of explanations for it, and once again, I think the most rational one is the one that no one really wants to talk about, which is I think this is actually malicious in nature. I think someone tried to take out Starship, and they failed at it. Because it would be great, like this, if this blew up, like right up here, right near the colony, if they hit right here, it would have caused the whole engine to go up, right? Like, if they got, like, a little bit further up by the fuel lines, which might be where they're trying to hit. I mean, if it's from the ground, the distance of, like, you know, like 20 feet or so is probably a pretty big error. So, like, it might have just been misaligned. And because of the plasma, my guess is they can't actually see where it's aiming properly. They just have to work on alignment of it. So they can't actually see where it's heating up. So they can't, because we can't see it, they can't see it. You know, it could be completely wrong, but the entire bottom of it is superheated. So if it's something that is overheating, like extra overheating the tiles on the side, we would probably not, like, you probably would not be able to see it. So they're just aiming off of what they have the laser set to, right? And they probably thought it was up here, but in fact it was down here. And then they pulsed it, right? They probably couldn't do it again, because once they realized that they didn't blow it up, once they realized it was a miss hit, you can't do it again, right? Because clearly this would raise eyebrows if this happened again right up here, right? So they can't re-aim at it, because then it'd be clear, like, you know, like if something's getting peppered and just exploding randomly, it's very clear that's malicious, right? Where this could just be, oopsie, well, that's kind of weird, right? But they can't take multiple shots at it, so they had one chance and they fucked it up. Very curious, by the way. Once again, there's nothing that can make up for this. The outside is literally just tiles, and the inside is stainless steel. There's no fuel lines down there. There's nothing. So, yeah, I thought, like I said, I thought that was worth covering. Maybe we'll turn it into a highlight. Pretty big deal. Pretty big, pretty cool too. At the same time, like, the interesting thing here isn't necessarily that this even happened. I mean, that is interesting, but like the motivation behind someone would want to have Starship fail, which, by the way, just means we should do it more. If this is any indication that we're on the right path, it's that someone wants to stop you from doing something that otherwise seems like a good idea. like to the point of using force to stop you for something that seems like a pretty good idea, going to space, right? Seems like a pretty good idea. If someone wants to stop this, this definitely means we should go to space. This 100% means we should go to space. And I'm very curious what their motivation would be behind doing this in the first place. I would love to know. Yeah, I think, did I briefly mention, I like, potential, it could be target practice, right? For military weapons? Target practice. But why would you do that? You could target practice on dead satellites. You don't need to use spaceship for it. Like, this is, like, I thought about that earlier tonight. I was driving to get some food, and I was thinking about this in the car, and it did occur to me that it could be used as target practice, right? But if you're the military testing a super advanced system, you're not going to want to do it on the most public thing fucking happening, right? So, we can probably rule that out. I don't think it's a test firing, because they wouldn't be using Starship as practice with eyeballs all over it, literally just all over the internet. Like, you have like people with autism, like, literally analyzing the fuck out of this, like me, right? You have people just analyzing the fuck out of what just happened to this here, and they would not want to test a highly advanced system on something like that. They could test it on a dead satellite or frigates in the ocean. They wouldn't have to use Starship for that. That's a possibility. It seems highly, highly unlikely, though. So, once again, this is basically just based on, like, who could potentially even do this? Who would even have a railgun that's capable of hitting things this far? It'd have to be a railgun, because it'd have to be super far away. who is even capable of hitting Starship or a pulsed energy weapon, that leaves like black programs and NHIs. That's it. You don't have, there's no military in the world that can do shit like this publicly. And like I said, Japan just barely deployed a railgun on one of their ships, and they're small and they have a bunch of limitations, and it's nothing that's floating around in space or like a satellite weapon or something, right? Military has, I believe they're just rolling out laser defense systems, but that's not actually a weapon you use on ships or anything. So, and once again, that's constant wave, that's not pulsed. Accordingly, pulsed laser weapons have ceased development. You know, that's probably not true, but publicly. So, I don't know, guys. That's a pretty good one. Like I said, this is it's good, by the way, that this was successful. It's good that this didn't fail. But the curious bit here is this looks like sabotage, and the more interesting thing is why someone would want to blow up Starship. Why would someone want, you know, putting aside people with DMS, which once again they aren't in positions of power for the most part, and they definitely do not have access to shit like this, like just the crazy loons. Why would someone want to blow up Starship? It's like Starship is in the best interest of everyone on our planet, so why would they want to ruin it? Yeah, I mean, I guess if we're trying to be really tragic, maybe. Like it would have made it, like, once again, the last, like, what was it? The last 3 starships that just had lots of issues. It really makes me wonder if they were sabotaged too. And purely because they didn't really come up with firm explanations like the first 5 or so. I think I got the right number right. The first 5 had really good explanations. The last 3 didn't really. And that probably, possibly, like, you know, some even this 1 through 5 might have actually had the same thing happen to them. They just hit a better spot, right? They missed this one and they hit the engine bay as opposed to hitting the fuel tanks and causing a rupture, causing it to explode, right? So it's entirely possible other starships were also sabotaged. Yeah. But once again, the interesting part here, though, is why someone would want to do this. The only one with real motives seemingly is NHIs. If there's like one race that doesn't want us to become first contact worthy or something, and they think people are weird, guys. Let's go to this. Entities, organic things are weird. If they think they know better than something, right, they'll sometimes just like literally drive it into the ground, right? So, like, I know better than you sort of ordeal, like your mother, right? Kind of reminds me of that, where you have mom telling you that I know better than you no matter what you think you know, right? And then, like, this is kind of the extreme example of that, which is they tried to blow up Starship. I mean, to be fair, there's no one on it, right? So it's kind of probably like, you know, like a side grade crime, if it's even found out in the first place, right? Because there's a lot of ways. I mean, we're just fucking monkeys down here throwing wrenches into space. So, it's entirely possible if you're a highly advanced species to completely fuck with us. It would be not outside the premise of normality, right? And this is very potentially that. Once again, maybe they'll come up with a mundane explanation for this, but I don't think so. I don't think there's anything that possibly could lead to this. The only one that kind of checks out is a meteorite, and it would be fucking huge. Because once again, it's so far down in the atmosphere, stuff burns up right away. So it would have had to have been hit by a meteorite. But yeah, other than that, like, even for black programs, if we're talking about like the legacy programs, why would anyone in the legacy program want to blow up Starship? That doesn't even really make sense. Like, why would they want to do this? Does this violate some sort of, like, what, we aren't supposed to go to Mars or something? I don't really understand that. Like, even if we could consider the feasibility of there being a legacy program with pulsed energy weapons, they have really no motive to do this in the first place. Then again, I seemingly get stream sniped every night by, like, fuckers that follow me around, like some sort of ex-girlfriend shit. I don't even know what that's about, so... You know, it could be really weird shit. Maybe it must piston someone's Cheerios somewhere. I don't fucking know. But this very clearly looks like it's sabotage. On the other hand, you have NHIs that potentially could have a motive for not having us becoming spacefaring. But they, once again, probably would not miss. So, you know, it's potential, but this, like, if you're talking about something that didn't work out, this is a monkey thing, right? You know, you're trying to aim here and we aim down here, you know? It's just, we fucked up, because probably even the legacy programs that we have are based on reverse technology, and, you know, even that, we still miss. You know, not all of our weapons are 100% accurate, so. On one hand, it could be NHIs, and on the other hand, it could be a legacy program. Either way, I don't think it's a public government, but it clearly looks like sabotaged, and my personal opinion is either a ballistic weapon, but most likely a pulsed energy weapon that superheated the tile and just caused it to instantly explode. Depending on how big it is, it could 100% do this. It's kind of scary to think about, but yeah. Funny shit. Okay. Moving on, guys. You want to watch the No Man's Sky trailer? We can. We'll do that real quick. That's pretty interesting. Like I said, I wasn't even going to cover this up until the point I saw that explode, so I was like, holy shit, the fuck is that? And then I watched it a couple times. I was like, yeah, that's not a gas leak, and that's not a fucking meteorite, so. Yeah. No Man's Sky trailer. Official Update 6 trailer. I'll take a peek. What is this?
This is for the explorers, the wanderers, where others see darkness. They see stories to be told, worlds waiting to be found. They expand.
Sometimes I really wish I was a single-player streamer or a variety streamer. You have to be really, really, really lucky to get anyone to watch you playing variety games.
They reach farther.
It's like counterintuitive to the way that you actually develop an audience.
While others sleep.
Lots of cool games that can be played, though.
They dream.
Oh my god, you can play with your friends now. I like when the... Speaking of plausible deniability, guys, remember when the fucking game first came out and the developers said you could actually meet your friends in space? It's just no one would ever be capable of doing it. And then 2 people did it, and they realized they couldn't even see each other. Yeah. Yeah. Once again, you know, people will just lie about anything until they figure out that you can't actually, you know, because you can't figure it out until you actually do, and then they're like, oh, you know, maybe, yeah. Okay. Let's move on, guys, to our Gamaz tonight. We have to do the daily restart. We'll probably throw that up as a highlight. I'll probably throw that on YouTube. I usually highlight the good stuff, so because my gameplay usually isn't, so you know. It was. I played it. I played for like a week, and as I mentioned back then, it was basically all the infrastructure for a good game, and it just didn't have the game in it. They built everything, and then they didn't actually make a game, and then they just made the game. Contrasting that, we have Star Citizen, which has basically all the infrastructure there, and then they just never made the game. So it's still not fun. The one thing that they needed to make their game good, they never did, which is fun. Oh, buddy. Yeah, it looks interesting. I'd probably play it if I was a variety streamer, but I'm not. So. Let's see. All we have are NHIs and legacy programs that potentially are capable of doing that. Which do you guys think it is? Both equally crazy. What a world we live in, guys. Oh, fun. My Thursday would not, or excuse me, my Wednesday would not be complete unless I saw a highly advanced species attempt to sabotage, or highly advanced government that is capable of sabotaging Starlink, or, Starship, so. That was not on my bucket list of today. Kind of makes sense why the last 3 Starships just randomly fucking failed, so. Yeah, I don't know. Once again, maybe they'll come up with some sort of mundane explanation for it. Kind of doubt it, though. It'll be interesting. Yeah, well, I mean, that's all it is. It's just one really, really, really long tech demo. And after a decade, you think they'd have more going for it than a tech demo. Elite Dangerous? Played a game back in the day called Freelancer. A lot like Elite Dangerous.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Played it with my friends on LAN when we used to have LAN parties when I was back in high school.
You must be a yokai.
Oh, I'll be whatever you want, beautiful.
When this conflict ends, I shall return you to the hell that spawned you.
Very rude.
The worst first date ever.
I mean, it depends on who you are.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3,
Many thanks.
2, 1.
What is our first game going to be like, guys? How shit is it going to be?
In a situation as unpredictable as this, it's important to remain flexible.
You said the thing.
The enemy has arrived.
I'll do my best.
Spectre's toy is out.
Sayonara.
Like the mission area is yours to capture now.
Into her model.
That's better.
Anyone willing to help?
Farewell. Psionic Rick. Healing magic.
Mission area is yours.
Out of sight.
Even small victories are worth
As
celebrating.
cold-hearted as your name suggests, first.
Hey, bud.
Step aside.
How is he not dead? He got down to like 5 HP both times. Good question. Last hit prevention? Maybe.
Out of sight.
Disappear!
Oh my god. How many times did I fucking have to swing at her? Fucking crazy. It tried to swing at everyone else except for her so many times. At the end, I think we eventually just weeded her out, so she was the only one in the fucking ult. Ult's designed to do that, guys. It's designed to actually let everyone live. That's Nettie's shitbird coding. Did that in Season 2. No, after your 100th ult, it's not random. You'll figure out it's not actually random. Can't actually see where the shield is. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, that's pretty good. The Skyrim be worth playing? I played it back when it came out, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. That's part of me streaming. It was a great game. If you're into it, Bethesda games are a certain type of playstyle, though, so. Get down, Mr. President.
You're mine.
Doop-a-doop-a-doo, doop-a-doop-a-doop-doop-doop-doop. Defensible.
I need time to heal. That's better.
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
The enemy has arrived.
Still feels like we aren't doing the round damage. But sometimes we are. This is like last night where it felt like 2 out of the 6 people in the game on the other team, we'd have improper registration on or damage reduction, as opposed to the entire enemy team. Potentially mean it's a sentient or programmed system. It's sentient coding.
Before you attack, get ready.
Someone programmed it to do that.
Your ceremonial garb is truly stunning. A perfect look for this year's Hellfire Gala.
I did not travel between dimensions to dance. I came to fight.
Don't worry, the Gala always has plenty of chances for both.
Don't look at my butt!
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
How about I switch things up and make our opponents disappear?
Here they come now.
These robotic spiders could be an issue.
This will be nicely.
A little help, please?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
The mission area is yours now.
No! Got her.
By the eye of Agamotto!
Imagine just standing fucking still. Who the fuck does that?
I'm back. You're mine.
Also, for some reason, it felt like he was going to dodge, and I just tried aiming in a direction I thought he was going to dodge, and he didn't. Double ult.
Your story ends.
Problem solved.
The fuck was it at the end? I got hit by a mine, and then another mine? But I only heard one mine explode. Also, Skyrim was a fantastic experience. I played it earlier. I played some of Oblivion, I played some of Morrowind, and it was not nearly as good as Skyrim. Alright. Hey look, there's a hell up there now. Not sure what her Emma's doing. Two times we've seen her just standing around. Waiting? There's a hell over here. Also, she's seen every shot now. Might be a debate lobby, guys, where we have good registration, they toggle on their shit to pretend that they're actually legit players when we know they aren't. Which is not unheard of in our games.
I am ready to put on a show.
By the eye of Agamotto!
Sure. Defensible. And then get it off in 10.
And you're mine.
Problem solved.
Oh, 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 oh.
Enemy has arrived.
Very lewd.
That's better.
You've captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
I remember when I used to be able to break terrain, and then NetEase took that away. Alright, I guess we aren't hiding there anymore. Probably means they're going over here.
We could cause great destruction here.
Alright, little bro. Yeah, I killed your friend. You guys stand in a corner for me again? Thank you. I mean... One moment, please. Bro. Dooba-dooba-doo, doop-doop-doop. Doop. It's actually gone. Alright. And another defensive ult.
By the eye of Agamotto!
Hey guys. Lots of really good heals right now.
Out of sight.
Use your teleport already.
The enemy has arrived.
Didn't they use their portal?
Step aside.
How the fuck did they get another portal? The portal's team wide, right? Is it our portal?
Another epic victory.
Hey, that's our portal. I don't think it was. I thought once you use a portal, the rest of your team can't. Otherwise, you just end up in a constant portal loop. Use portal at the end there. But I thought they just used portal literally like a minute earlier. Maybe we can check. Take a look. Anything to avoid talking to people.
Pick your hero or villain. I'm not.
Look behind.
Their team's capture progress has passed the halfway point. Let's keep fighting until we have a winner.
I'm back. I'm back. I'm.
Swear we heard two portals.
Their team's capture progress has passed the halfway point.
Just in my mind, I swear I heard portal twice.
Let's keep fighting until we have a winner. I'm ready to put on a show.
Ours? And ours. Ours. Okay. No. Nope, that's ours, guys. It was weird because the entire team was sitting there. Like, I think he just did a portal for himself. Like, almost the entire team from our side was there. Normally people portal when basically the entire team is dead or on their way.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
My order is sharp. My mind is sharper. I fought Oni, slayed demons. This should be easy.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
I have cleared the evil spirits from many lands. This round shall be no different.
I suppose you've made quite a name for yourself. And a pretty penny as well.
I fight neither for fame nor for fortune, simply for the greater good.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area.
You do the thing? No, he didn't.
Place the light. I suppose it's up to me to shed some light on this light.
Look who's here.
Help! So cold. You're mine.
I just hit. Little bro using the team up bullshit, or not the team up bullshit, exploit for move speed.
All prey has been located.
Like, this is like last night, guys, where it felt like our games were good, and occasionally we get like 1 to 2 players that were sus. And I started doing the fix thing, which then made all of our games bad. Which then makes me think that started to make me think that something's being manipulated, but in my favor for some reason.
Out of sight. What a difference.
Score one for Tandy.
Oh my god, I look like an assassin!
Cosmic flame. You're halfway there. Keep going. You're mine. I am Phoenix.
Out of sight.
Unfortunately, he's bonded.
That's 3.
I could hear him. I should have went to the right, to the ledge.
Second vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep up the
I
momentum.
have reawakened. Step aside.
Tandy needs help.
Central Park.
Step aside. Sayonara. This looking pretty. That's better.
Shame it had to end this way, Steve. Good thing I was here.
Oddly normal games again. So maybe it feels like I should try and break them again.
Anything standing your way.
Let's cook some more.
Out of sight.
You're mine.
I just got fucking... Okay. Not where I flicked, guys.
My light cannot be snuffed. Farewell.
Not even
I am
Desync?
Tremble before battle!
Fuck you. Autopilot BP. Notice how, like, when I went up in the air, he literally couldn't figure out who to aim at? What do I do? I used my ult, I hit something, I know it's supposed to be here. Where'd it go? Once again, weirdly, hit registration basically felt like a Zun for everyone in the game. Which I do not trust. I don't understand why the game would just magically fix itself. So we're going to have to try and break it to see whether or not what fixed it. You go, oh, isn't that the end result you're looking for? But yeah, why was it broken in the first place? It doesn't tell me why it stopped working or why it started working. That didn't change it. I didn't do that. Just yesterday it just started working this way where now it's working when I'm not fixing things. And then it stops when I try to fix it.
The right heroes could make all the difference.
My Odach is sharp. My mind is sharper.
Ah, fun stuff, guys. Why is it working so I can try and break it?
Enemies can become friends, but only if we show
Coming in 30
foes
seconds.
respect.
Stay strong.
Hi.
Venom? I've heard stories about you and the chaos you caused for countless spider heroes.
Stories only tend to tell half the truth, little one.
So you never tried to eat Spider-Man's brains then?
To be fair, we never succeeded.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1!
Like lambs to the slaughter.
I just hit that on accident. I don't want to go down here. I don't know, I took so much damage so fast.
I have step aside.
You stop them in
It was a Phoenix, and the Punisher didn't have a shotgun out.
Follow the enemy.
Get ready. Here come the bad guys.
This guy behind the wall? He's soon enough, guys. It's so difficult to tell where she goes when she teleports. Like, I think it could be anywhere in directional around her.
And you're mine.
There's too many.
My shots feel delayed, guys. Which they weren't that way at the beginning of the game. I think we got some sus shit going on here now. They weren't for the first minute of the game, where we had them trapped in their spawn.
Here comes trouble. Check out business. This story.
I step aside.
There's still a chance to stop them.
He's not taking the amount of damage at all. Okay. How the fuck did I not have the shield from the amplifier, guys? I was right there looking over the edge. Like, I intentionally went to the edge for the shield.
We are undefeatable.
They are many, but
Not taking the wrong damage. Definitely fucking delayed. Holy fucking shit. We got a cheating Phoenix.
By the eye of Agamotto.
So, last game, we did not have issues. Gotta go in. I don't have any dashes or anything up, so we just gotta go with this. Yeah, he's not taking the amount of damage at all. He also does not take the amount of damage. So, what was like first two games? Normal, and then we have this. We started out normal, and then the shit just turned on, where now we do half damage to everyone.
out of sight.
Very weird. So it's not fixed, it's just an illusion of fixed. Which is what I thought yesterday.
The enemy has arrived.
Alright, little bro. Good job.
You're welcome.
You're mine.
Thought there's healers there, guys.
I'm counting on you, friends. Mine's in place.
Yeah.
You are nothing. There's still a chance to stop that.
Dude, the fucking amount of times I literally shot through her fucking model is absolutely insane. Holy shit, guys. There's like 3 shots, like doing 0 damage to her. We got damage reduction cheats again, guys. Swings at everyone except for the people to kill them. Once again. Once again, Silex ult is programmed to not kill anyone until basically there's no one left to one-shot, like 95% of the time. So 1 in 20 will actually get you an ult where it double taps someone. That was changed in Season 2. That's not cheats, that's just netties being dumb and stealth nerfing shit, because they're dumbasses.
By the eye of Agamotto.
He takes half damage too. These guys are pretty brain dead for basically doing half damage to him the entire time. I don't know what these guys are doing. Like, how the fuck are they taking half damage and unable to basically just instantly win? It's actually a really good question. I don't know why I'm rezzed here. So, this is 100% cheat lobby, by the way, once again. Delayed shots, too. Phoenix is 100% cheating. Takes half damage and has an aimbot. Your entire team's following me around, too, for whatever reason. He also takes half damage, but he's a dumbass. Shooting through his model, he's brain dead, too. You can't make this shit up. Like, he's just trying to feed them wins or something. Yeah. Oh, the -1 is a join too. Once again, I have no idea how these guys literally take half damage and they just don't instantly win. That's the most marvelous thing about this, which is why they have so many kills, because they don't actually know how to play the game properly.
Getting close to full force.
Just aimbots and damage reduction god mode.
We've got trouble.
Good shit. Once again, tell the last person alive it won't actually do anything. Fucking Jeff spawned. And for some reason our teammates didn't push.
What am I?
Reborn once more.
Judge by the eye of executioner!
Just right-click through him and did no damage. No. So we're just waiting for this to end. This is 100% a cheat lobby, guys, with a Gooner squad. And a Gooner squad isn't a good thing either. A Goon squad. These guys don't actually know how to play the game properly either, which is why it took them so long to win. It's pretty insane. Next game. Alright, so as I mentioned before, we are not actually in control, and the game is still broken. It's just seemingly for whatever reason, our cheaters seemingly try to, like, bait me into thinking the game's normal, and then they do shit like that. Which we just shit all over those guys' faces for the first minute and a half of that game, and then for some reason we started taking half damage. They just started taking half damage, and we couldn't kill them anymore. Nothing to do with skill, nothing to do with being good. The Phoenix also was cheating using an aimbot. But also taking like 40% damage, which is the same fuckboy that seemingly follows me around, which is really fucking annoying. I always play Phoenix now. Fucking obnoxious. Oh, let's see. Ooh. Igniting the time stream games, guys, are always really, really fucking weird, so be prepared. That white screen usually means things are going to be really fucking sus. No idea why, but it is. Also, this game's probably going to be doo-doo to begin with. We'll see, though.
Pick your hero or villain. I'm not judging.
My order is sharp. My mind is sharper.
Just a bit. Ah, buddy.
Here's some timelines feature a very different version of me.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready. Well, look at you. Are you a superhero? What can you do?
Follow my lead.
Oh, I'm not going over there.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Luna's siding. Nope. Nope. Jeff gets butt bumps. Not Luna.
Unless you
I mean,
wish me to clear your mind.
it was good. It was a good swimsuit, though.
There they are. The mission area is yours to capture now.
Well, things feel janky, but we have good reg, so far.
Farewell. Mind over matter.
My God. Blasphemy. And they got an entire team of DPS. Stream snipers, no. They seemingly no.
That's better.
When I possibly have a fix and they don't play against me, so we get dumb shit like this. Because they're unsure what's going on, and they don't want to play against me because it hurts their ego. Otto? And just got knocked out of my dash. I don't know if that was by the Star-Lord or the Phoenix.
You captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
Reborn.
Get ready to defend.
Farewell.
Dead.
Us against the world.
Area's almost yours.
Yeah. I see.
Out of sight.
How do you fucking feel? Hey, bud! Oh, that's so good. That must hurt so bad. We're doing partial damage to him now. Oh, buddy. Does your soul hurt? I hope it does. Yeah, there's no coming back from that one. We're doing partial damage now. Yeah. My shots are delayed. That didn't take long.
You're mine.
The game started all right, and then it went to shit. So the -1 is Ultron. Last game we had the same shit. I think we were doing fine until the fucking the player joined, and then after they joined, everything went to shit again. Like I said before, I'm pretty sure the cheaters can actually give their teammates damage reduction too. It's something that fucks with your connection. God. I thought we were gonna get healed, guys. I don't know what killed me. Hulk was obviously swinging at me, but that doesn't do high amounts of burst damage. Go, teammates! And they didn't. So, once again, the game was normal until that other guy fucking joined. The -1 joined, and then we started having reduced damage on everyone in the match. When the game first started, we did not have reduced damage on everyone in the match, though. We were basically farming them.
It appears some timelines feature a very different
Very weird.
version of me.
It's like they forced their way somehow into my matches, and then it completely changes basically how your damage is right on the enemy team.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready. This place is giving me a great idea for a new song.
Oh, I know a nice little karaoke bar in nowhere. Maybe you could try it out there.
It might be fun to debut new material in front of a crowd for once.
And if you happen to need a backup dancer.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Dr. Doom tore everything apart. I want to be a part of putting it back together.
Here they come now.
No, that's unfortunate. Swing. No, it didn't swing at him, guys.
Armed and dangerous.
Timing was good, but it's always going to swing at the highest health HP hero so you don't kill anything, so you always have to take that into account. Partial damage to him. Wish there's like stairs or something there you could climb up the side. Right there. He's taking partial damage.
As if I wasn't strong enough.
Okay, why not?
You're mine. Farewell.
Us against the world.
A nice deep freeze.
Squids are taking partial damage. Maybe the Hulk's doing more damage than normal? I swear he just punched me like 2 or 3 times and I died. I guess we got hit by the laser squid for a bit.
Capture progress has passed the halfway point.
Going through her model, she takes partial damage too. She takes like 40% damage, so this might be the fuckboy from earlier. The same shit.
You're mine.
Good thing I was here.
So this didn't work.
Sayonara.
Did work for the first minute of the match. Half damage to him.
Farewell.
Glad to help.
Fighting until we have a winner. Control C.
You're mine. Healing magic. Lovely.
Might want to watch out over here.
You might want to look over here. Another unsuspecting foe.
Here they come.
You captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
Half damage still. Be fucking obnoxious dealing with that. Until we do full damage and we can shit all over her face. But for right now, we just do half damage, so. Apparently she gets full health when she goes into her Phoenix, too. I didn't think she did.
Nice deep freeze.
Step aside.
He looks like he takes full damage. Half damage. Still managed to kill her even with that going on.
I need time to heal.
Full damage. I don't know why they'd be toggled off, because this isn't a win. I guess it is a win. Are they toggled off because they think they're going to win right now? They don't have control of the point. What are they doing? So the cheaters have to toggle off in like the last 20 seconds of the round when they're about to win, otherwise the anti-cheat catches them, which is why you see shit like that. But I think the dumbass who was in control of that thought they had control of the point and they were about to win, but they weren't. They'd have to flop again. Maybe it's something they can't easily change on and off, so they have to do it in advance. Very weird. We've seen that every single time, guys, at this point. It's 100% a thing. The last 20 seconds you have to be alive because the damage reduction turns off. And you have a chance of actually taking things back and overtaking them.
My daughters convinced me to invite you to the gala. I just expected a better.
But people don't necessarily cheat because they're good at games, so.
Apparently, money can't buy a fashion sense.
And your great tune of music belongs in the bargain bin.
Oh, not the bargain bin.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What? Is that a new voice line?
Capture the mission area. Got it?
Farewell.
Didn't say anything after that. Taking full damage.
Sayonara.
Hey guys.
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man.
Hey bud. I like doing full damage. Makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside.
Last dance, Lord of Stars.
Yeah, makes me feel all warm and fuzzy like I'm a good player. Is there a med back there? I don't think... Is there? There is one. He doesn't want to waste his dash charges. We aren't doing full damage again. No. We were, and then it turned on again. So, damage reduction turned back on. Once again, you can totally imagine it's some fucker that's pushing the F key on their keyboard. You can totally tell it's like literally pushing a key.
Another unsuspecting foe.
A nice deep freeze.
Sayonara. As cool.
The mission area. Keep going.
Just try to shoot me through the wall.
Pulse charge.
Takes half damage again. He's taking half damage. Even with direct shots, she takes half damage. So damage reduction cheats back on. He's taking half damage. Only reason I did that is because I 100% know it's my fucking stream sniping piece of shit, and she absolutely fucking hates that. Hey, that's mine! You can't do that! They literally... You notice the entire fucking team ran over to the medkit at exactly the same moment? The comms were, he missed his jump, guys. Go to the fucking medkit so he can't get it. Exact wording. He's taking half damage. Exact fucking wording. He's taking half damage still. Yeah, he's 100% taking partial damage again. Holy fucking shit. Even when he's snowballed.
A shame this was your last dance, Lord of Stars.
Oh my god. This literally hard locked me no matter what I do. I thought about ulting earlier and I could have done that, and I probably actually would have killed her if I did that.
Sayonara.
Damage reduction is obnoxious, guys.
You belong to me.
100% accurate at all times, hard locked your body. We're gonna report it for an aimbot at the end of this. Good shit, guys. In addition to the damage reduction, which you can't really report because, like, the whole idea of a game reducing damage is completely fucking ludicrous. But it's clearly some fucker that's pushing the F key. Oh, we're in overtime. That means they lost. Yeah. Now we have full damage again, which probably means I could do full damage to her. We're gonna report the Phoenix for an aimbot. So once again, you can tell when they're toggling shit on and off. They toggled off at the end of round 2, and off at the end. It was off at the beginning of round 3, and they turned it back on, and then they turned it back off like in the last 20 seconds of round 3, and basically lost the point again. So, and still did fucking phenomenal, guys. Even with shitbird cheaters fucking flailing around. Oh my god, that booty. Obnoxious. Okay. Alright, so this doesn't work. It did work, and then for some... Like, the moment this guy... Where is it? This guy got into the lobby at the beginning of this round, at the beginning of this game. It was... Damage reduction was off. Right about the same time the Ultron joined, which is about 2 minutes into the match, maybe not even that, a minute and a half into the game, we started having damage reduction up until the end of round 2. When we went into overtime, they'd shut it off. And then beginning of round 3, it was off, probably because they didn't need to push a key again or do something. I don't know exactly how it works. It seemed like it must be a more complicated process, because they don't seemingly always turn it off instantaneously, like right when they don't need it anymore. It could also be they're just fucking slow reaction dumbasses, so that's also a possibility, as cheaters usually normally are. This guy was clearly using an aimbot. I don't know if this was the guy causing the damage reduction, though. I think that was particularly this guy after he joined. Last game, as the same shit happened. The first minute and a half, 2 minutes, we had a normal game, and then we had a lever, and then the lever, we had damage reduction. That was this game. After... Who joined late? Also another guy that was clearly cheating. Who joined late? I don't remember. One of the guys joined late. I remember seeing a -1 in the lobby, though. Very interesting. You can tell it's an intelligent process. It turns on and off based on criteria in the match, mainly the last 20 seconds. I remember this back in Season 1.5. However, in Season 3, when it turns on, it's like on the entire match. It wasn't until like this last week where it started turning off in the last 20 seconds. So I wonder if the developers partially fixed something, but it's still basically kind of where it was before. Like even Season 2, I remember that being a thing. Which is why I thought it was DDA, because I thought it would just turned off to give it like the idea of overtime and the chance you can win, right? To really drive things.
The right heroes could make all the difference.
My aura is sharp. My mind is sharper.
Okay, got it? Okay. Alright.
Enemies can become friends, but only if we show our foes respect.
They'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
30 seconds to come, guys. Oh my god.
I feel something familiar about you. As though we have walked the same path.
Assassin's like us belong to a pretty exclusive club.
What monsters are this named? Oni? Yokai? Demons?
Worst monsters of all.
Humans. No.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Tom's a monster. In bed.
Come now.
Got him good.
When all this is over, I'm gonna drop the dopest album any timeline has ever heard.
You need to stop that vehicle in its tracks.
He should be dead. That's not good.
Deep freeze.
I could have went around the back room.
These are sounds I never heard before. Better stop that vehicle.
I require help. That's better. Out of sight.
Jesus Christ.
Again! Again!
You fought well.
How are you not dead? What the fuck? I just swung through him twice when he's last hit. Neither shot registered. Holy shit, guys. The fuck was that?
That one hurts. Step aside.
Us against the world.
Very weird shit. He should be dead, too. Hey, bud. Alright. How are you not dead? That's also really curious.
That's better. Human magic. Lovely.
Wow, 4 in a row.
Out of sight. You're mine.
What our healers would give me?
You're mine. Sayonara.
Huh.
You get it wrong.
You're mine. This will do nicely.
Chance to stop them.
Gets in there. This is real firepower! That's a problem. But also I feel more comfortable.
Mine. You're mine.
They hit a checkpoint. Now might be a good time to stop them. A deeper feeling.
You're mine. Sayonara. And so
Better stop that vehicle. Double KO.
a nice deep freeze. That's better. This will do nicely.
fuck does he know exactly where I am, guys? A really good question. It's like he's watching me through walls. Very weird.
There's nothing more sacred than a temple.
This is real firepower!
That. Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, little bro. Almost. I'm wasting a bunch of their time. We need our teammates to start doing stuff, though. Obviously, Captain America, one of our stream snipers. Because he's just fucking following me around for whatever fucking reason. We haven't even actually done that much to their team. Didn't swing at the raccoon, didn't swing at anyone for kill him. That guy literally just walked back into my ult. The dumbass. Also dumbass. Bye.
I wish I could do it. Be strong together.
You're mine. Out of sight.
Died in front of both their healers, guys, while they're looking at me.
My honey, that's an idea.
1,000 gods!
Loot, what the fuck you doing? You're right there. You're watching him walk over. I'm the only reason I'm right there is 'cause, like, what are you doing? Holy shit. There's no way. She just watched me over there. She healed me. She watched the fucking Magneto just walk in, and then she just walked out. What? Holy fuck. There's no way.
Here they come now.
Ah, hilarious shit.
I have reawakened.
Also, by the way, damage reduction on basically every single character in this game. So, I haven't really been saying that all. But for sure. We have dumbass here following me around constantly, which very certain is cheating. Pretty sure the Magneto is the Captain America from earlier. Yeah, he also has auto scripts too. No. Magneto's definitely cheating, and he has auto triggers, which is why we just literally just got insta-gibbed in the air while dashing through it. Insane.
Only 60 seconds left.
You're mine. Farewell.
Oh, I'm fine. Don't mind me.
What a difference.
Oh, for backup immediately, which is why his entire team showed up.
Be strong together.
Hard comms, and a pre-made, obviously.
Down to 30 seconds.
I don't give up.
1,000 gods! Get in there.
My friends are here!
Human magic.
Half damage. Knows exactly where I am.
Being a living avatar of vengeance takes a lot out of a guy.
Alright, so Cheat Squad, as we mentioned before, guys. Little bro's just fucking watching me through a wall. Not even squishing, guys. They're just walking through it. Fucking crazy shit. Literally just walked through my ult and basically didn't take any damage. Oh, we won that, by the way. Okay, well, this didn't work, so we know that. Also, it should have worked, but it does not. More curious things, guys.
I will not rest until I return to my world once more.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Greetings.
We find ourselves caught in a battle between two dooms with no way of truly knowing which one of them is right.
We would be better off making a deal with Mephisto.
I have done that.
Yes, you bought a skin.
I can assure you, we most certainly would.
Yes, it has a booty.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it? Don't run away anymore.
Oh, you just stole that.
Simply magical.
Stupid fishman called in his stupid friends.
Tandy needs help.
Back to the ocean's depths, demons.
I like the cold.
Sayonara.
I shot through her like 2 times before I finally got a final hit on her. Last 3 shots, the last one registered, but the 2 before it did not.
Step aside.
Hmm.
Help get that vehicle to its destination.
You're mine. Here they come now. You're mine.
Huh. Uh-huh.
Farewell.
Oh, there's a fucking squid up there? What the fuck is that, guys? I don't know if you tried to throw it up there? Maybe you did. That's like literally right on the ledge.
You're mine.
You're halfway there. Keep going. I usually like the underground scene, but now I'm not
Oh, I love good reg. You gotta be kidding me. That's unfortunate. Sometimes the ult gets janky with fucking collision.
Wild creatures have risen from the
Alright.
realm below.
Our vehicle reached the checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
Last hit protection? Definitely looked like last hit protection again. The beginning, last hit protection on Invisible Woman, and then last hit protection on Namor just now.
Hits the grand
Sayonara.
Okay. That's unfortunate. Our Luna just walked into the middle of Namor's ult and died.
You like this? Turn around, quick. My light cannot be snuffed.
There they are.
My
He should be dead.
The sea kings had to yoke our vanquished.
Just shoot me behind him? No, that's Cloak.
Nice deep freeze.
Reborn. Farewell.
Get underground, no more king in black.
What a difference.
Tremble before fast!
There.
Healing magic. Lovely. Farewell.
Whole team's there, and ours just completely dead. We did have good regs at the beginning of the game, and now we do not. Call for backup immediately. Little bro fucked that up. Going through a model. Already took the med kit. Yeah, little bro. What you doing? I don't know what the fuck's going on here. What are you doing? What? Bro, it's like that's like the worst possible timing you could possibly. Like, what were you doing? Our entire team ran back to the fucking the fucking strange that's just portaling in the middle of the open on the side, bro. Just hit me to the side.
This will do nicely.
I don't know why my dash didn't go off. I definitely hit shift and nothing happened. And then I thought I didn't have a shift charge because my shift didn't go off.
Farewell.
Entire team calls for an assist, and for some reason our teammates just didn't do anything while that was going on. They're all there, guys.
I have a step aside.
Get that vehicle moving again. Deep freeze.
Dead. And he just hit me in the middle of my cloak behind the pillar, knowing exactly where I am. And also while I was cloaked to the front. Pretty sure Namor's cheating. Good fucking shit. Hurts weren't even locked on me. You just...
You made a grave mistake.
Be fucking obnoxious.
Keep moving. So close. This is your big chance. A nice deep freeze.
Yeah.
I am ready to put on a show.
He should be dead. He should be dead again. And Invisible Woman's dead. Oh, much better, guys. Registration, much better. Pretty sure this was Stream Snipe fucks, too. not where we want to be. Curious. More questions and answers, guys.
All the difference.
My order is sharp. My mind is sharper. I will not rest until I return to my world once
We'll be
more.
coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
Gokigenyo. Gokigenyo. How strange. I cannot seem to read your thoughts.
My helmet is shielded from telepathic intrusion. One can never be too safe.
So I have learned. This world is full of dangers I could never have imagined.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3,
Alright.
2, 1.
Bro, this is my hiding spot, not your hiding spot.
We need to stop that vehicle in its tracks.
So long. Render me assistance.
Everyone's dying, guys. Immediately called for backup.
I'll get you next time.
You're mine.
They faded halfway. Stop them. Better stop that vehicle.
This will do nicely. What a difference.
I think the Squirrel Girl's cheating. Fucking obnoxious shit. Oh.
So long, turret. Much better.
Neat. So the Squirrel Girl went up top to the exact side on the other side and started shooting at us while we're waiting for heals after going through the side. Oh.
This will do nicely.
Better stop that vehicle.
You're mine. What a difference.
Fuck off, bitch.
Battlefield ready again.
I'll get you next time.
Much better.
Reborn wants me. Out of sight.
Fuck off, bitch. Some of this feels personal. Sure is great when I actually have shots that register properly. Huh?
A strange mystical object.
Fuck off, bitch.
My time to
Sure is nice when we can do damage to people and kill them.
I feel like myself again.
My farewell.
Beware the old friends.
Still fucking pre-made shit though. Even though we're registering shots, still pre-made. I'll have to figure out how to work around it. Normally I can't depend on my damage though, so. Being able to depend on my damage is new. And then making teammates fall over while we're outnumbered. Looks like, I'm pretty sure this is a cheat squad, mind you. The difference being is I can actually do damage, but our teammates can't. So if you look at the rest of it, maybe I should try playing Moon Knight. Just to see what happens here. Out of curiosity. Because our teammates can't do damage properly. And if I can, I need to figure out a way of doing it more effectively. They all focus me immediately because they know that I'm actually, something's wrong with me, right? So they're all going to go after me. Not much opportunity where we can actually do stuff. Now, they're all just going to focus me the moment they see me because they're cheating, and they know exactly where I am and what I'm doing, right? People are leaving because they know this game's a joke, because they can't do damage and stuff and kill it. I can, but I'm one person, and then we get focused because I'm the only person on the team doing it. Let's try. Oh! Glorious! Doing full damage is glorious! Why is he killing us? He's not supposed to be able to kill us! Refund on the hack! You're a hack! Refund on the hack! I paid good money to shit on a shitter from Earth! Yeah, fuck off, dude. That's fucking hilarious. This is 100% our fucking pre-made shitbirds that are cheating. Oh, that's good. Let's see.
A gift from Khonshu. Needed that fast. Judge the
No. They're trying to hide from me, which is why they're all clustering in the same area up top. So they're trying to avoid, ground area. What a bunch of dumbasses. How many advantages do you need before you lose while basically trying all this shit? Crazy shit. Dead. Love you too, Cloak. Suck my dick. Yeah, she was overextended. Little bro is literally just fucking focusing me every single fucking time. It's just for me. Once again, our teammates can't actually do well. because damage hack's working on them, right? Yeah. So once again, only person on our team to do well because everyone on their team's cheating, mind you. So we know this is a cheat lobby. We know these guys are also pre-made together. The difference being is I can actually do damage and my teammates cannot. So not only we're going to get focused by basically the entire enemy team because they're all together and they know something's wrong where I'm actually able to kill them, but at the same time, like, our teammates can't help me either. I don't blame a single person on our team basically for what happened in this match because they 100% were cheating and they can't actually stop, like, they can't actually do damage to them. So they can't do anything. This is the damage reduction cheat, God mode shit. They can't do anything, but I can because I kind of have figured out a way around it. And I'm getting better and better at figuring it out. They know it too, which is why their entire fucking team was trying to kill me the entire match. Good shit, guys. Imagine, guys, doing damage and having your shots register properly on shitbirds that clearly are cheating. Glorious, guys. The problem is figuring out how to do damage appropriately. Because when you're getting focused by the entire team, what can you do? It's like basically 6v1. We can get healed a little bit, but the healers are just going to explode too.
Pick your hero or villain. I'm not judging.
My Odachi is sharp. My mind is sharper. It appears some timelines feature a very different version of me.
Well, let's see how this one goes, guys. You think it's going to be more of the same? Or do you think our teammates will be able to do damage? Curious. Also, whether or not my, I continue having, appropriate amounts of damage, too. Which I don't think we had... Those guys were... We had definitely people cheating in the last match, in addition to damage reduction and a pre-made. But it seemed like I was doing correct amounts of damage.
4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Sayonara. If we save all timelines, perhaps I can finally return to my own.
Relay deployed. Oh boy, here they come.
Step aside. Farewell.
Be careful here. Your god is suffering. Get in there.
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
Nicely. Out of sight.
How the fuck did you know I was there cloaked? That's what I want to know. Very weird knowers, guys. She looked right at my exact position and started firing at me while I was cloaked running up to her. Clearly, wallhack ESP.
Step aside. Out of sight.
Most obvious shit in the fucking world. Also, I wonder if I can restart my game without getting a DC penalty, or if I get a DC penalty. Yeah, little bro? Fuck off. Or if that would actually make my hardship a lot less, is if I can actually DC and come back without getting a lever penalty. Yeah, little bro? So he's not taking the correct amount of damage. We'll have to continue this tonight, because I'm out of time. I can't keep streaming later and later into the morning. Even if this is curious. Like, I don't even care about what's going on in the games right now, guys, for the most part, because that doesn't determine how good I do. Right now, it's what I'm doing in the background seemingly massively influences my ability to perform. And that matters a lot more than the games do. Because we basically got cheating fuckbirds that just follow, like, they just, like, walk around. 100% just hardcom me the moment that I walked up there and the entire team converged to me. It doesn't even matter what happens to the fucking games, because what actually changes it is whether or not I can get around their damage reduction, which clearly changes how good I do in the game. How much do they fucking pay for these cheats? I really wonder. Just ult into basically a Luna ult? Got him? That's gone. Did you just really just ult into the fucking BAP lamps? There's no fucking way. It seems like none of these guys take appropriate amounts of damage. So what I was doing wore off after the last match, where he clearly got like an entire squad of fucking cheaters in it. Maybe we're doing full damage to Spider-Man. So this is a cheat squad. Once again, it'd be nice if I could figure out whether or not I can actually leave the game. Like, let's see if I Alt F4 and then I rejoin. Just out of curiosity here. This is going to be our last game anyways. And if I rejoin, if it'll give me a lever penalty or not. If I can, this opens up a bunch of opportunities for different things I can try.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We'll have to wait to see at the end of the match whether or not this holds true or not. So far, it looks like we can leave and then come back because it's like what, 20 seconds? That opens up a bunch of opportunities for things I can try. So all I have to do is restart my game and change some things. Once again, another cheat squad, guys. None of these guys take full damage. This is a cheat squad with reduced damage or God mode hacks, whatever you want to call it. And basically do 50% damage to everyone in the lobby. And as it turns out, one person, it all it takes is one person can give it to the entire team. So, we've seen it already where we have a lever on the enemy team, then a new person pops in, and all of a sudden they all have damage hacks, or damage reduction hacks, so. Defensible. Wait, do I have full damage again? Wait. What?
Territorial advantage.
There's no way.
Someone scratch my back.
Little bros of nowhere? No.
What a difference.
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man.
Little bro just soul ulted down the stairs for me. Good for him. Huh. I mean, I've never actually tried restarting in the middle of a game before, because I always thought it just gives you a lever penalty when you do that. Defensible. Hard coming. And ran out of ammo in there. So once again, another cheat squad. The difference being is we're trying to figure out how to actually get around their damage reduction shit. Big cheat is the one that reduces damage. We're doing full damage to this guy. Run away, little bitch, as Captain America. Dead. And hard comms again. Also opens up an opportunity for different things that I can do now. Multiple different ways.
I am ready to put on a show.
But if you get into a lobby with fucking cheaters, the entire enemy team is going to be cheating. Entire enemy team is going to be cheating, so there's not much you can do against it alone. You have to basically, because like what happens now in the last two games is the entire enemy team is literally just focuses me whenever they can, because they know that I'm doing damage and they don't like that, right? So. Is there literally no one on the point? There we go. Fuck off, bitch. What even touched the point? There's nothing here.
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man.
No one gives a shit about you, little bro, even if you're playing the same character. No one fucking cares. You have a damage reduction cheat, basically using God mode. Fucking kids do this shit. No one cares. Oh, I can play the same character as you, mister! Yeah, fucking no one gives a shit, little bro. Now, if it holds true, they have to toggle off in like the last couple seconds, so. 100% cheat squad, guys. God mode shit. This is what happens. Once again, one of the reasons that our teammates did so poorly. We actually, like, I restarted my game and it seemingly helped a lot. It absolutely seemingly helped a lot. The weird shit is, like I said, multiple people in this game are cheating. Also following me around, like riding my dick. Very curious. Once again, the God mode hack, guys, you can tell because you do the appropriate amounts of damage, but you will not do final hits because it stops you from doing damage. It'll show up in your damage, like you're doing a correct amount of damage. It'll also show up in your actually, like you're hitting your shots, but you will not actually do the damage in the game itself. It doesn't allow you to actually do the damage. The interesting thing from this game is now I've actually figured out a couple things that I can actually do in addition to this, and also how what seemingly works. So I'm going to try fiddling with some things here off stream, I think, because I actually have a hunch possibly what's going on here. I'll have to wait and see, though. Yeah. Okay. We're going to call things this evening, guys. We have some pretty good games here tonight. The games in which I did bad, I definitely knew that was going to, like, it was bad. Like, I just knew that the game's not going to work out because they had damage reduction. I could immediately tell. And you could tell that there's like fucking 6 of these fucks running around at the same time, too, and they hyper-focus me at the same time. I'm going to see whether or not I can possibly maybe change things a bit here to fix it or help improve upon it. Because the games in which I actually thought were going to do good, we did. So, yeah, there might be opportunity here to fix things maybe a little bit better than they currently are. I don't know if that's true or not. We'll have to see. Remains to be seen here, guys. But yeah, we're going to call things for this evening, guys. Yeah. Huh. Interesting stuff. Like I said, I didn't know you could actually restart in the middle of the match. That presents a bunch of opportunities for possibly improving upon this even further. Because after I returned, it actually seemed like I was doing appropriate amounts of damage. So I don't know what exactly that means. And we didn't get a lever penalty, too, so. Huh. Yep, team up you up. I said that! I said that! I said that, guys. I said that if they gave a team-up emote, guys, especially one where you can pet Jeff, it will print money. I bet they're rolling in fucking money right now. I bet they're rolling in fucking money right now. Wait, do both people need to own the emote? I mean... Do I have enough? Do I have enough? Do I have enough, guys? I don't play Jeff, but if I can actually buy it as someone other than Jeff and then use it on Jeff's... Care about any of this. I need to pet Jeff. I need to pet Jeff, guys. I need to pet Jeff. I don't remember the last time I opened a battle pass. I don't care. I used to do like the stuff so I could get coins so I could do a name change, and then found out that my stream snipers can just fucking get in regardless. Like, they just can find me regardless of my name change, so I stopped doing that. Matter. Just give me all the stuff. Give me all the stuff. I don't care. I don't care. Yes, more. Yes. Jeff. This. I think this is for capes or cosmetics. You have to use Emma? No, you have to use Emma, guys. Oh, fuck. Is it only? It must only be with Emma. I don't know why it's locked Emma. What is this? Yeah, you have to use Emma. What is this? I would have bought this, Netties. Do you know how many emotes I own? None. I would have bought this if you could do this with any character. It has to be Emma. Why does this have to be Emma? Why is this locked to Emma? Come on now. There should be emotes. Actually, you should just be allowed to use basically any emotes unless it's something particular to the character with any character. I don't know why they're locked to specific characters. Wow. So much for printing money, Netties. It's like you don't even want money. It's like you guys don't even want money. You let the cheaters run amok with their God mode shit and you won't even print money with fucking team-up emotes. Come on. Come on now. Alright. Well, interesting games tonight, guys. Pretty good games. As I mentioned before, the ones that were bad are predictably bad and I knew exactly what was going on in them. And there's like literally... It doesn't bother me in any way, shape, or form. I know when they have fucking God mode, the damage reduction shit on. And as such, I can predictably know that I'm going to do bad. It's just the way that it's going to be. The interesting game tonight was one where the rest of our teammates had damage reduction on, but I did not. That was our second to last game here. This one, where our teammates basically couldn't do anything. They had damage reduction on, so our teammates basically, they had God mode on, and our teammates couldn't do shit against them, but I could. And basically what that led to is the entire enemy team trying to kill me constantly the entire match. The difference being I could actually kill some of them, so very interesting games. Very, very interesting. And once again, the entire lobby is a pre-made, just like the last one we played. The entire lobby is a pre-made, and they had God mode shit on. The next game after this, however, I couldn't do damage up until when I quit the game and restarted it, which is not normally what I do. but it seemingly made a difference, and I also didn't get a debuff for it, so... I mean... I don't know. I don't know, guys. We're going to call things, though. Very curious games tonight. More curious. Down the rabbit hole we go, guys. The kind of shit this is like, this like goes beyond like normal cheats, guys, to be perfectly honest. I don't think I've been in a game, like, you know, putting aside actual God mode, I don't think I've been in a game where cheaters can actively just, like, reduce your damage. This is basically the first case of that. So, I don't know what's going on there. Obviously, I've always been in wall hacks and aimbots, but even with Overwatch, I've never been in a game where it felt like I was doing reduced damage to the enemies. So very weird. Very curious. And as it evolves, as I seemingly find ways around it, even more curious if I could actually tell you guys what exactly is going on in the background. I would tell a developer from NetEase it, but they apparently are not interested. They probably still think I'm crazy. So, you know. Stuff and things, all you have to do is literally look at the end result. And you go, oh, but you did so bad. Yeah, but look at the rest of my teammates that couldn't do anything the entire match. Very, very different. Very curious. Once again, look at this shit. And then this one is the same thing. Up until the end where I could start doing damage again. Who's this fuck? Oh, the brain-dead BP. Good for him. I could show you I can play at Psylocke. Look at me running around with my wall hack looking at you through the map. I could sneak up on you and Moose Mouse 1. Yeah, no one gives a shit, little bro. No one cares. Okay. Yeah, pretty easy to tell. Like, the games in which the enemy has damage reduction on, your team basically does absolutely fucking horrible. If you just look at a KD sample, it's not even KD. The amount of kills that they will have will be much higher, and the amount of deaths you have is going to be extraordinary, and you'll have almost no limbs. Because once again, you're dead, and you can't actually form a frontal line, so you can't even do the handful of damage that you can currently do. Either way, starting to figure it out, guys, and the ways around it, so we'll see how that goes tonight. But if you're in the stream and you enjoy the tinfoil hat shit, oh, also we covered the explosion on SpaceX Starship 10 earlier in the stream. Probably going to highlight that and put it up, simply because it's very curious. And maybe SpaceX will come out and say, oh, it was a fuel leak or something. It did not look like a fuel leak, so we'll have to see what they say too. But yeah, very, very possibly their ship was sabotaged. Whether or not that's true, you know, we'll see. But it literally looks like it got shot with something from the outside. Something hit it. So, yeah. I actually want to play more simply because I actually kind of sort of starting to understand what's going on in the background here. But we can't. So we're out here for this evening, guys. If you're new to the stream and you enjoyed the tinfoil hat, make sure to hit the follow button on your select platforms from the Kick, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Trovo, as well as TikTok every day from late night to early morning, GMT-6, so late night North America time. You stream for about 4 to 5 hours, give or take, depends on my life, what's happening, etc., etc., guys. We're out of here. Tonight will be more of Rivals. Thanks for watching my streams as always, and I hope you guys have a wonderfully fantastic Wednesday night and Thursday morning. Have a good day, guys.